David Schrader from the RETSD Educational Resource Center, and I'm very pleased to provide you with an overview of the Conference Manager web service and the accounts for this system. So you should know now that all 42 RETSD schools are using this service, and primarily it's used for parent-teacher conference bookings, but schools have been very clever and they're using it for a whole wide variety of bookable events, and the schools will communicate that information to you during the course of the year. You should know as well that no matter what school your children go to, and no matter how many children you have in our schools, you go to the same login screen, the login site for all parents. And from that site, you'll have access to our early year schools and our middle year schools and all of our senior year schools. In terms of the accounts, you should know that they are self-created. You're going to make your own account, and you're going to self-update that. And so as your kids progress through the schools, you'll have to tell the system where your students are going to. And which is kind of unfortunate, they're not connected to the RETSD parent portal. That's our Tyler system that we use for our student information system, report cards and attendance and such, which is really too bad. We haven't found a system that will do all of these things, so we're forced to use different services for these different things. Well, let me do a demonstration of it now. You can get to the parent site from a variety of different sources, but certainly also from the divisional page. So head to the RETSD website and then scroll to the bottom area that's entitled Quick Links. And on your right-hand side, you're going to find the Conference Manager parent site link. So I'll click on that one. A new tab will open in my browser, and I'm presented with the login screen. Now, if you already have an account, you'll enter it here in the upper part, but we don't have an account yet, so I'm going to use this register now. And I'm gonna simulate what my mother would go through. She's in her 80s, but she's still concerned about what's going on in my school. So I'll click on register now. Now that's not much, is it? It's just a one-pager. And so you would enter in your first and last name here, your email address, and that's probably one of the most important things. You want to get that right. You want to be using the one that you're using on a regular basis, because if that's wrong, then the process will not work properly. All right, so my mom has entered in all that information, her telephone number, and this is all fake, by the way, her email address, and notice that she's also in charge of setting up what her username will be. So she could put in whatever she wants, but we recommend that you use your email address for that. That's sort of the typical way of doing things now. The password, you can choose your own password. There are no limitations aside from it being at least 6 characters long. So once that's done, then you go to the lower part here and enter in the first name of the student that you want to be linked to. And so in this case, let's just pretend that she's wanting to be connected to her grandson, Nathan Schroeder, and let's just say, for the sake of argument, that he is in Westview School. I've asked for permission to use that school, so that should be all cool. And then we would enter in an additional student. So maybe she wants to also go and see her granddaughter Diana, who happens to be a student at, I don't know, let's say at River East Collegiate. And so you can enter in students, all of the children that you have a connection to, and any of the schools that are connected to our school division. So once you've done that, then you want to, of course, read diligently these terms and conditions, and then say that you've done that, and then click Submit. Okay, and so that actually then allows you to gain access to this system. It's as simple as that. So now that she has her account, my mom can log into the system by entering in her username, and she chose to use her email, which I encouraged her to do, so well done, Mom, and her password, and then she just simply clicks the login button. If she has forgotten her password, then she would just click this link, and the system would email her an opportunity to reset that. And most web services have that kind of system now. So you don't have to phone the school, you don't have to phone anyone, you can just do it all on your own. So click login, and then she's brought into the system. And remember, she had 2 grandchildren that she was connected to. In this case, River East doesn't have any conferences set up right now, but Westview does. And so in my next video, I'll show you how she would book an appointment to view the teachers for her grandson. But she's in the system. She could check her conferences if she's already made them on this tab, and she can check her profile to see what kind of settings she's set up. And this is where you would go if your children move from one school to the next. So eventually we hope that Nathan's going to graduate from grade 5, and then he would go to the middle year school. And so then we would just simply choose the different school that he would be going to. That's not done automatically because we don't know what school you're going to be choosing to send Nathan. And so you have to tell the system where that school is. Save it, and then the next time you log in, it will refer you to that school. So back to the conference, book a conference tab, and then potentially just log out of the system here at the top right-hand corner. So thank you very much. Watch the next one, the next video that I have that will show you how to book a conference. Thanks very much.